It's like 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Got my kombucha. We're headed down to the garden because the garden hasn't been watered in a couple days. Because I swear every time I go to water the garden, it rains. But it doesn't rain enough to actually water the garden. And since I planted all of my seeds, like my watermelon, pumpkin, cantaloupe, they're all coming up. So I feel like the seedlings need water. So I'm gonna let the chickens out, and then I'm gonna grab a water hose, and we're just gonna hand water some plants this morning. So that's on the agenda. Yesterday I harvested 2 yellow squash and 2 cucumbers. I ate one of the cucumbers. I'm fixing to cook the squash for either lunch or dinner. We have a bird living in one of our bird houses, and every time we walk over to the gate, poor mama flies out. She don't like being so close to the gate. Right here, this is where she's at. She ain't in there right now, but she sure is making a nest. It's probably the wrong spot for this birdhouse. But you know what? I don't care. It looks cute. The birdhouses have been quite the topic over on Instagram. If you follow me there, it's at Grow Messy. We don't changed it again because Lord knows I can't keep a name very long. Which, by the way, I'm sorry for changing my name. Here on YouTube, I did get some feedback that it got a little confusing. Whoa, what happened to Grow Brandon Farm? Grow Brandon Farm is still here. We are still Grow Brandon Farm. Brandon is our last name. This is our farm, and we want to grow it. So Grow Brandon Farm will forever live on. But Grow Messy is just what we live by. It's our motto. It's our saying. It's whatever you want to call it. It's what we live by. We want to grow messy here at Grow Brandon Farm. So, and another reason is I'm kind of territorial over the saying, and without paying a ton of money to get it trademarked or patented or whatever you want to call it, I think it's trademarked. I'm just going to make it my handle for everything. So if somebody else tries to use it on YouTube, they can't. It's already taken. So that's just what my thought process was on that. So we are Grow Messy, but we are also Grow Brandon Farm. So sorry for the confusion. And yeah, but hey, you know, this is just a part of this farm and my life and who I am as a person. I like to change and rearrange, and change is good sometimes. So I'm not afraid of change. You shouldn't be either. Anyway, so we're going to do a walk around in this garden. Look at my tomatoes. They're like my little tomato trees. I'm going to show you everything this morning on what's growing and how it's growing and what my garden is currently looking like. As I drink my kombucha here. Yeah, what else was I going to say? Oh, so birdhouses being a hot topic over on Instagram. There's a debate. Like, is it good for birdhouses to be in the garden? Is it not good for birdhouses to be in the garden? According to my husband, he says no, because the birds will eat your plants. Like I did have a little bit of a bird problem, eating my seedlings and stuff that were coming up. But since they've gotten big, they've really left the plants alone. So I don't think it's that big a deal. But I like it because it's more of like a pest control, right? If you have birdhouses, the birdhouses are here. I've got bird feeders. They want to eat the bigger bugs, like say all these caterpillars over here that are eating all my plants. And hopefully the birds will see them and eat them. It's a form of pest control, in my opinion. Let's start over here in the old keyhole. I do have this kohlrabi down here that's bulbing up pretty nice. There's another one behind it that's really trying. My cucumber or squash, I can't tell which one this is because I planted both. It's doing all right, but it's getting these weird fungus things like on the stem or something. I don't know. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But these over here are looking pretty good. So I got those. And then these wild tomatoes, which probably need to be trimmed at some point. Over here in these smaller beds, I have eggplant that doesn't want to grow. We got a little marigold. And then on this side, I've got some asparagus that's going crazy. This is second year asparagus, so I'm not eating any of it. I'm just letting it grow and do its thing. And then I've got some kale in there that never did take off either. In this bed attached to our big arch trellis here, I did plant some loofah seeds to be able to climb up the arch trellis. Those are coming up slowly. Got some weeds in here. I've got some really tall sunflowers, like probably 7 feet tall, and super duper thick stalks. It's nuts. And then I've got some zinnias mixed in there that are blooming. And then I've got some broccoli. And actually I've got some broccoli I need to harvest there. And then I've got some sweet potato vine on the end and some volunteer mint and a random volunteer potato. Cucumber. I'll put a little cucumber in here just to see, because I wasn't having anything getting big enough to like grow up over the trellis. And I'm like, I put this trellis in, I want something to grow over it. So I put more loofah seeds that I got from a friend, and then I'm trying to trellis some cucumbers. Just, I want something on this dang trellis. It's gonna happen. In this little makeshift bed next to my big sunflower bed over here, I've got some lettuce heads. Lettuce is new to me. We have harvested some of this lettuce and made a nice salad. I also harvest it and I give it to my chickens. I have that lemon thyme there, and then I have some radishes that I threw in next to them. And I had one comment say, don't put so many radishes next to each other because they're all going to germinate. Oh, they did. There's a ton of them. And then behind here, I've got my squash, my yellow squash, and it's looking kind of funky, but we have gotten 2 squash out of it, so I'm thankful for that. And then I've got some parsley mixed in there with a bunch of caterpillars hanging out, destroying it. So these are quick little suckers. I'm just kind of letting them have at it. Enjoy. Come across the way to the other side of the arch trellis. Again, I did put some loofah down here, and that seems to be coming up. I got these random weed things that keep popping up everywhere. My zinnias, and then my giant sunflowers. Also have some sweet potato vine on the back side, which I haven't really done anything yet. And then over here I've got my nasturtium, my snap peas that are probably going to have to come out. Some more radishes, and then my kale is actually looking really good. Which brings us to the back side of this garden bed here. This is kind of a U-shaped garden bed, but we've got these A-frame trellises for the cucumbers, and we're getting a little cucumber on there. So, well, not only am I fighting with my computer on storage, but I'm fighting with my phone on storage. The storage is full, and I barely have any videos on there, so I don't know if we'll get through this entire video, but if not, it'll be on the next one. Well, here's where I have my tomato trees. They're all on this trellis, 8-foot T-post garden stake twine trellis, and they're doing lovely. Well, and we've got our very first tomato hornworm. This guy will be getting destroyed. Okay, being that I found that tomato hornworm, where there's one, there's more, right? So I'm gonna be on high alert now. I'm gonna go through today and clip and trim everything and see if we can find any more. But the rest of the garden is all the new extension, and nothing's really growing yet other than, you know, a few little peppers. We'll give you an update on that later. I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for watching our videos. And if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, because that helps us keep showing up here all the time, or when we do. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you later.